Hello, in this video, we will see how to take the help of command history and how to use the script command. First, let's start with the cursor movement help. So let's see if we enter a few commands on the Linux shell, then we get the result. So suppose if we try to enter commands like this, and if we want to move this cursor across the command, then how we can use the keyboard and keys combination. So first, let's see, if we say control plus A, the cursor will move to the beginning of line. If we say control plus E, then cursor will move to the end of the line. So control A and control E. Then let's say control F or control B. So B for the backward. How many times you press B? The one by one it will go backward, and control F for the forward movement. Then let's see, if you are on a original shell, then Alt F and Alt B combination is there for movement of cursor for the forward one word and B for the backward one word. But we are using terminal emulator, so here control left arrow and control right arrow works for the word movement. So left and right movement. And simply, suppose if you have done with your work and you want to clear the screen, simply press control plus L or simply enter clear command. So either clear or control L. So this will clear your entire screen. So this is all about the cursor movement on the terminal. Now next, let's see some text editing commands. So in this text editing command, suppose if we want to delete a character at the cursor location. For example, I have this command, and suppose my cursor is at F. So if I press Ctrl D, then the cursor at which position is there, the character will get deleted. So simple delete also work, but this is a combination related to text editing commands. So let's see this command again, and if I say control T, then see how it is getting changed. So transpose the or exchange the character at the cursor location, right? So this is how it works. Let's see next combination, Alt T, but this time it will be using, we are using this terminal emulator, that's why it will work for the menu combination. They don't work here. Next, let's see the combination related to cut and paste command. So if we press K, Control K combination, so this time it will kill the text from the current cursor location to the end of line. Then let's see, if we press Control U, then it will kill the text from the current cursor location to the beginning of line. So this is the combination for the cut. So if we press, we will type that command again, and if we press Alt backspace, so it will delete a complete word. And let's say if we say Control Y, it will yank the text from the killing ring. So whatever we have done previously, so it will do something like undo. So insert it at the current cursor location. So this is all the combination related to cut and paste command. Next, let's see the simple auto completion facility with the tab key. So if we see how many files are here in this directory, so we have two files. So suppose I want to list a particular file only, so I will simply say fi and will press the tab, it will auto complete the file name. Similarly, this auto complete is also possible for the command itself. So if we double press the tab, it will show the help, and if we press the PWU, so it will auto complete the command. So this is a nice feature with the help of tab key. So instead of typing a long command, you can take the help of auto completion using tab. After this, let's see the history command and the search history. So if we simply type a history command, it will show the entire history for us. Or from this entire list, you can list a particular history also. But that we will see later on with the less command or grep command. So, but right now, if we use this history command, and suppose let's see if we want to use this 1000 number command, that is Python 3. So if we want to execute that command, we can recall it using that number with exclamatory symbol. So if we say this exclamatory 1000, it will simply execute that command. So it's just started the Python shell for us. Or let's say if we say 1011 number with exclamatory symbol 1011, so it will execute ls-l command. So this is one more feature, recall the command using this number way. So this is a nice feature. Then let's see some history command combination related to key. So if we press Control P, then see we got the last executed command. Again Control P, the Python 3. Again Control P, the previous, and Control N is the next. So using this key combination Control P and Control N, we can move to the history entry using these keys, or up arrow key or down arrow key is also possible. So this is history command combination. Let's see if we press Control R here. So this Control R is the reverse incremental search. For example, see PYT. So we got the Python command. Simply press escape and then enter. So you can execute that command very quickly. So this is how Control R combination work. Then let's see if we want to do some non-incremental forward search, then Alt N is there. So let's see, there is no search, or this is how this combination work. Then we can see the history expansion. So how this history expansion command works? So if I say double exclamatory mark, so it repeats the last command, right? So we last command was Python. So let's see pwd. This is our last command. So simply double exclamatory mark and then see the last command. Again it is showing that which command is there. So this is how history can be repeated. Then we already know this format, the number, right? So to call the uh, history with the list item number. Then let's see exclamatory mark with the combination of any string. So let's see PW, right? But we haven't entered the complete one, but still it is PWD, or exclamatory PY. So Python is there. So this is how quickly you can repeat the last history list command items. Then let's see exclamatory mark, question, and the string. This repeat last history list item containing the string. So again Python will be there because that was the last one. Or if we say history and let's see who am I, this is 1006 number command. So let's try exclamatory and WH. So it will say who am I command, or exclamatory question mark WH, still the similar command. So repeating the history. So this is all about the history command. But let's see if we use this command script. First check the files in this current directory. There are two files. Now say script and press enter. So now it will return you the output script started, file is type script. So first clear the screen, then check the files. Now one file is there called TypeScript. Then say pwd, we are on this directory. Who am I? Or let's say echo dollar, which shell we are using. So these are some commands. So all the commands will get recorded using that script. So this is one addition to the command history feature in the bash, and most Linux distribution include a program called script, which can be used to record the entire shell session and store it into the file, and which file by default the TypeScript file. So this file can be accessed later on. We will see how it is get recorded. So simply if we say exit, it will end the session. So that's it. So see, this is get exited. And now later on, if we type anything, for example, let's say simple ls command, and then let's say pwd again. So this will not get added to TypeScript. So if you clear the screen, this will also not get added. Simply say cat. This is one command to check the file content. So which file? The TypeScript. So check carefully what is inside that file. So this is the content related to that file. Let me show you graphically also. So first go to file manager. So open this file, this one. So check carefully. It is everything inside this whatever we have executed. So even with the output, everything is recorded. So this is all about command line history and the script command.